We eat chaos for breakfast. Literally the day I started, we lost one of our top 5 customers. We not only survived, we thrived and really outperformed the market.
What did you do to get everybody rowing in the same direction?
First of all,
Eldon Schaffer, CEO of TekniPlex Consumer Products. You may not know the name TekniPlex, but you've probably touched it 6 times today. Your egg carton, your skincare routine, all a part of this organization.
Failure is not fatal, and listen to your team. We have over 200 chemists and chemical engineers in our organization that are really trying to decipher the needs of our customers. If you can dominate any industry in any market against any competition at any time.
You are the most passionate person I've ever heard talk about egg cartons. I'm excited now. And welcome back to Lead to the Team. You may not know the name TekniPlex, but you've probably touched it 6 times today already. From your coffee pod, your egg carton, and your skincare routine. At the helm, Eldon Schaffer, CEO of TekniPlex Consumer Products, reveals the leadership strategy that ultimately transforms chaos into opportunity. Really, they're up to so many big things.
We protect products, strengthen brands, and innovate sustainably to help our customers win in the market. And Ben, you touched on a number of the different areas that we play in. If you unscrewed your peanut butter jar and removed the seal there, we make that. If you're pumping skin lotion out in the morning, we make components that go into that. If you are spraying cologne or perfume, we make components that go into all of those dispensing. So it's really a exciting time here at TekniPlex.
Yeah, so cool.
You know, a lot of our customers are really some of the big companies around the world. The interesting part in all of those is that they've made a lot of commitments around sustainability to their investors and to their stakeholders, and they're not sure how they're going to get there. And that's where the fun comes in, because we really come in and try to help unlock the value that our customers are looking for to find the sustainable solution. Well, we had a major CPG company that was looking to move out of a coffee pod that was made of not environmentally friendly material, and we moved it into a environmentally friendly material so that it was subsequently recyclable. And it also had to make sure that it worked across all of the equipment, that the different iterations of the equipment. It had to work across all of the coffee brewers that exist out there today. There's a lot of different iterations. And every time the consumer put it in, they wanted the certain pop sound to happen. They wanted the aroma while the coffee was brewing. And this was happening literally 10 billion times a year. So we are literally touching millions of consumers every day with all the critical packaging and delivery needs.
What's been a defining moment for you?
Literally the day I started, we lost one of our top 5 customers. They were looking to go to a more sustainable solution that we didn't have. We got our team together and we said, okay, what are we going to learn from this? And we put a strategy together, and sometimes that word strategy, people get overwhelmed by it and think McKinsey's coming in and there's going to be a 6-month process. And then there's going to be this wonderful portfolio that lives on a hard drive somewhere. But really, you can do an agile strategy in a number of days, which is more or less what we did. And we had a number of people. We probably had about 30 to 40 different people involved in it. And then we identified in the end, who's going to do what by when, and what are we going to do on Monday once we finish the strategy and start the implementation. That process really helped build buy-in with the team, a lot of collaboration, certainly, and probably also brought great insights because we're dealing with the people that were closest to the business. And Ben, the amazing part about this is literally 150 days later, we had made an acquisition. Make sure you understand, like, hey, let's move. We may not know every outcome that is possible, but let's move and move forward, take a decision. We can always adjust and adapt, but let's take a decision and move on. And really, also staying close to our customers and our suppliers. So understanding what our customers' needs and wants are in the time frame, and also working closely with our suppliers because they're super critical to help us be successful. Focus on facts and data, not on emotion, not on hyperbole, not on maybes, but really focus on data.
Oh, so good. All right. So a lot of things to unpack there. This quote about we eat chaos for breakfast, I think that's powerful because that's the mindset.
Your outcome is 5% what happens to you and 95% how you react to it. And that's really the spirit within this organization.
I have another little rabbit hole I want to go down.
Sure.
In addition to this, I mean, 4 different continents you have lived on.
I've worked on 4 different continents. I've lived on 2 different continents. So
okay, you've worked in 4,
I've
lived on
lived
2.
on,
Okay.
lived in 2. Yep.
So how has it shaped your leadership, and what can the rest of the world learn from that?
So I think there's 2 things that I would say that this has shaped my leadership. One is the importance of building diverse teams, and the other is the importance of being comfortable being outside your comfort zone. But just to talk first about the diverse teams, wow. I mean, if bringing a multicultural, gender diverse, functional diverse, experience diverse, age diverse group of people together, does it take longer to take decisions? It does. It absolutely does. And I would strongly advocate that they're better decisions. And having the diversity of the cultures that we have in TekniPlex, the regional diversity, the cultural diversity, the functional diversity. The nice thing about, even if it's a little bit longer decision, I'd rather have it challenged internally and fail within our team than have a group of homogenous individuals salute the flag and say, perfect, let's go forward. And then suddenly we're going off a cliff with a new product introduction. Once you start leading people, it's all about the we and not about the me. And we've been on the brink of some pretty spectacular failures. We once lost one of the biggest opportunities that the team that I was leading, we were working on. And I remember I was living in the UK at the time, and we got the news that we lost it, and people from the US were calling me, and it was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 o'clock at night in the UK. And my wife would answer the phone, and they go, well, can I speak to Eldon? I want to talk to him about the business award. And my wife's like, he's in bed. I took it really hard, Ben. I took it really hard. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we worked so hard as a team. And then the one interesting thing about it, though, is woke up the next day, got the team on the phone and said, okay, what are we going to learn from this? I mean, I will take the responsibility that we did not win this particular piece of business, but what are we going to learn from this? And what are we going to do in order to put ourselves in the best position for the future? Failure is not fatal, and make sure you own it. I mean, I owned it. I said it was us. We got to do something different, and listen to your team. I realize I'm a unicorn and that most people will have worked for many different companies. And I don't believe you need to leave an organization to get more experience and to step outside your comfort zones. And not all my moves were upwards. Some of them were lateral. There was 1 or 2 that were actually a slight step down. And I learned a ton in each and every role. And it's super amazing to do that within the confines of only 2 companies across a 36-year career. Things are constantly changing. And if you're not learning and growing, you're not staying the same, you're going backwards. And I've been fortunate. I've had a number of different mentors, and quite frankly, not all of them were executives. One of my best was an engineer in a factory that really helped me understand our equipment. I've had many factory managers who I walk the floor with many times of the day. And wow, the insights that you gain and the passion that you see is incredible. And hearing all the stories from our team members and the pride that comes across from these people is 100% inspirational. You know, what they did to get an order out the door for a customer, or renting a van and driving it so that the customer got the order so that they could fill and pack their products. What they did to get a new product launch on time. I mean, I remember seeing one guy literally work overnight He came in 6 o'clock in the morning and was still working overnight to make sure that that new production piece of equipment started up so that we could get it samples out the door to our customers. So it's just incredible. I worked all 3 shifts as an operator in one of our factories. And so you could see how it really ran. And the third shift supervisor put me on like what he called the worst machine in our factory. And you learn a lot. You learn a ton from these experiences. Yeah. So again, Ben, you don't have to step outside of your own company to gain this perspective and to gain these insights. And Ben, if all you got to do is open your eyes and all you got to do is walk out the door and engage.
Thanks for coming on and lead the team.
My pleasure. Thanks, Ben.